Alright, so this next part I'm just going to summarize. Ciara is talking to Delphinia, who is the smithy, and Kadaris' mom. She worked at Castle Zindrake as, like, one of the main smiths. And Ciara brought the armor that she claimed from Therenian's dead corpse and asked for Delphinia to adjust it to her size. And Delphinia agrees to do this a little hesitantly because here's a drow coming in and asking her to do this work, and she's just kind of like, And a little context, Delphinia was in the war before the preceded the start of the game, and Delphinia lost her arm and her leg in the war with the drow. So she lost her arm and her leg to a drow, and here's one walking in and asking for her to fix her armor. But Delphinia is a champ, and she is professional, and she says, yes, I'll do it. And Ciara then asks her to integrate her channeling stones into the armor, because that's how Ciara focuses her magic. She has these channeling stones that are these amber colors, and they integrate into the gauntlets and into the chest piece. And after that, Kadaris and Ari begin to chat while the other two are talking shop over the armor, and Ari asks if Kadaris knows Gaius, the stable hand that she has a crush on. And Kadaris says, yeah, he does know him, and like they've on just like a professional level, like, I need you to stable this horse, or they've seen each other and have had some brief discussions. And then Ari asks him, oh, well, how do you know everyone here? And Kadaris says, I work here. He doesn't actually live there on site. Actually, he probably could live on site. He probably does stay on site occasionally with his mom, and then will also go to the Dleba clan's, like, barracks in the city.
I know, I'm not here. I mean, my friends.
Oh!
I love you, Kenny, so much.
Yeah. Oh. Ciara. Well, he kind of, he's hedging some of it. Kind of like, I'm not really supposed to talk about it, you know.
It's technically in order.
So, I was sent on a mission to actually, to investigate the piracy in the international seas. And I was assigned this with Fairius and Nartilius Aquilin. And so when we went to investigate, we went on the Season's Delight. And we were then attacked by slavers and kidnapped. And all of us were on this submarine. So we got separated from our rescue team, which was Ellie's team, because the submarine was going where we didn't want to go. And basically my team wound up going to the escape pods for the submarine, and then we used that escape pod and we got into drow territory, and then we were stuck there, which was bad because we have an don't enter our territory agreement. And long story short, I was then again kidnapped and rescued by Ellie. Again. There's a little bit of a blush when he says Ellie. And we escaped from Toril with Ellie and her friends.
Are you that Kadaris? The one that she wrote a letter to?
Yeah, I did get a letter.
Oh, I thought I heard your name somewhere before.
I knew it sounded familiar.
So you, know about the letters?
Oh.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Uh-oh.
Somewhere in the stacks, Ellie is
just saying, oh, what? I'm feeling really weird right now.
He looks down, he looks really pink. Is that? Alright. It's fine. I'm really thirsty. Do you want some water? I think I'm gonna get some water.
And yeah, we found Ciara on the way out, and I'm gonna go get water by.
Yeah, I know, and we were leaving Drowned Territory. We found Ciara went down when she was lost in the Underdark, and I'm gonna go get that water. Bye.
And I'm parched.
And after that, she asked me about the bonfire in the sky, and we were just friends ever since. Alright, I gotta go!
When Kenny enters in, like, Ciara is talking with his mom, with Delphinia, about, like, time. She's just like, oh, not really a rush order, however, we do have a mission coming up. And I don't know if they have a time thing, or like a time span that they're really working with right now, or a vague time span, but she does give the approximation as to when she thinks, because she knows that they have to do a trial. But then this. So she's like, oh, so it's not rush, but at the same time...
So the next part is Ciara and Delphinia talking about the armor again. And Ciara tells her that she wants some... After the initial bodywork's been done, she'd like it to look nice, and she has kind of this vision for what she wants it to look like. And Delphinia goes, okay, well, you know, do you have the money for it?
Ciara reaches into the bag of holding, and there is a bag of the 200 gold pieces.
Delphinia looks at it and realizes that the, like, mint number on them is fresh, so she can conclude that these are new and that it's actually from Artius's own, like, personal... Like, it's not from the royal treasury, it's from his own accounts. Because whenever he does that, he has new minted coins for it. And then they discuss the intricate work that they want to do, and it's going to be difficult because the Drow have very complex, like, things built into their armors to make it difficult to replicate because they're Drow.
And it's delicate probably because Drow make it so that, no, only we can undo this.
The next conversation between the two of them is going over the intricacies of, like, what it will actually potentially be like, given the resources, the time, and the skill set that Delphinia has. So, like, she promises that it will work for Ciara, but it might not, like, look great when she's finished given the time allotment.
Works fine. She's just like, yeah, I only need it to work and channel. Ciara is just like, because I don't think she ordered her own armor when she was back in the matriarchy either. I think they gave it to her as sort of like, you did it. You're a knight. Take it and go. It's like, graduation present. Get out. It's like, okay. Now go to your contingent and, you know, don't die. Bye. You're a rare steed. Go into the pastures. Bye. Off to the races.
And at that point, Vaughn walks in, goes, "Hey, Ari, what are you doing here?"
We're getting Ciara set up with her new armor.
Ooh, new armor? I want to know about that. He comes over really excited.
Armor?
Like, you're talking my stuff. I want to know about it. What are you... He comes over, looks at it. So what are you trying to get done on this thing?
She's just like, oh, well, it's a dead man's armor. Man's armor. So I need it to be suited to me. And she just sort of vaguely gestures at the little channel stone. She's like, oh, as well has some augmentation to it.
He looks at it. He looks at you. It takes him a minute. And then he goes, "Oh, yeah."
Okay. He can tell from the armor what I am, an Eldritch Knight. It wasn't easy before, he knows.
Just do an insight on him to see what he's actually thinking.
Ah, sweet. Oh, sweet, but I'm proficient in it, so that's 18 plus 3. 21.
21, yeah, so he's looking at you and he looks at the armor. Yeah, he looks at you and he looks at them and you're like, oh, it's a man's armor. You kind of like see the wheels turning and he's like, but that should work. And then he looks back at you again and he goes, oh, yeah. So the wheels just turned out the thought that, oh, the breastplate needs to be altered to allow for your large breasts. And
he was looking at her, so she just looks at his like, oh, is this what we're doing now?
this next part, he suggests that there be like a little window for her cleavage to show through.
Oh, I should probably place a nice bullseye too.
They have a good laugh. And Ciara suggests that he doesn't need any bracers because, we're just here to show off.
There's this little wicked warrior laugh that just sort of...
Might as well take off the rest of your arm plates, too.
Mm-hmm. I think you should show more arms, too. Forget the bracers. Just what is it for?
Then Delphinia cuts in and asks Vaughn what he came here for, and he presents his puzzle blade, which is a sword that has two halves, and when they go together as one, they are a greatsword, and when pulled apart, they are two long swords. The puzzle blades are a Deliba clan specialty. They are the only ones that make them, and he's excited to have it worked on so it can then take a enchantment, and he can use it in his combat.
No, that's a lovely bit of work. She's actually intrigued by this one. Like, ooh. He's like, ooh, her armor. Ooh, your sword.
Vaughn and Ciara then fall into a lengthy discussion on the merits of armor and weapons and talk shop. And then she is able to handle his sword and do some test swings and cut some stuff with it.
Her little bits of humor come out in terms of like oh, that cuts deep. But it's a smooth glade too. Obviously used to talking to others.
And Ari just starts to ignore them and she's like, I don't even know.
Get
to the library. I know, I feel the same way, McKenna. Just, more books. Ellie is the wrong person to be looking for books.
Sorry, I am summarizing because I hate re-recording and I'm just not progressing, so we're just going to summarize. I told Ellie and Luna to roll for stealth again in the record center. Luna rolled 25, Ellie rolled a low 9, and Fairius also rolled low with an 8. So that is a group failure. Luna is gliding down the hallway in the record center, no problem at all. Then Ellie is trailing her staff and she isn't paying attention and it gets caught up in the stacks. She over-adjusts to hitting Fairius in the nethers, and he just goes down with a moan. The head records keeper comes scurrying back over. Gnarlgrim shows up. What are you doing? You again.
It wasn't me, and I look for I don't know, some kid or someone next to me and just put the staff in their hands.
Meanwhile, back to the movie.
A law student walks by and Ellie shoves it into his hands. Ellie has to make a deception check. She got an 8. The stick hits the law student in the face and he goes, "Ow! Why are you throwing sticks at me?"
Oh god, you're causing such a ruckus! This ne'er-do-well!
Gnarlgrim has had enough and begins to shoo the group out of the records hall. Luna makes a case for herself to remain in the record center, and Gnarlgrim allows it within a stare. Very well, you may stay. He points at Luna, but then he shifts to Ellie and indicates with a gnarled hand, "You out."
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna kind of sheepishly hold my staff, but as I'm holding my staff, I'm gonna whisper to it and be like, "Boink, keep an eye on Luna." And so just out of the staff crawls out a little green dragonfly.
Let's Boink knock over books too.
Yeah, exactly.
He can fly. He doesn't have to touch anything. He's just here.
But he does.
And
oh no.
Boink is gonna try to sneak onto Luna's shoulder or back or something.
Oh.
Oh, come on, dude. Ah.
Ellie agrees to leave, but summons Boink, her familiar, to keep an eye on Luna. Boink rolls for stealth to remain behind undetected. He rolled poorly. Gnarlgrim notices and also pushes out the familiar.
Okay. I snap my fingers and I just mutter mutter to myself. I'm like, I'll have my revenge.
Fun isn't hard when you have a library card.
Gnarl Grim then escorts Ellie to the door, and after that, he dusts his hands off and goes back inside. Inside, Fairius and Luna continue their research. The two walk down the stacks and find the reference file using the numbers they had gotten before. They come to a gated-off area in the record center, and there's a lock on it with a sign that reads, Sealed Documents. Luckily, there's a rogue. Fairius inspects it, and then shrugs and says, I'm going to pick it.
Okay. Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah. Dope. Let's go for it. Ellie already got kicked out.
That's the worst
Yeah.
that happened.
What's rules? Our friend got kicked out. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
We're already in trouble.
He pulls out his thieves' kit and begins to work the lock. After a few nimble turns, the latch opens and the two enter. But then, the familiar pitter-patter comes down the hallway. Gnarlgrim is on the way. Luna pauses, wondering what to do exactly. She rolls for stealth with disadvantage. 9 stealth. Fairius rolled really high. He looks at the stacks and then simply scales them up, and he sits on top of them. Luna ducks under the reading desk, and Gnarlgrim walks by, muttering to himself, Nobody respects the records hall. He did not notice them. He rolled poorly. With Gnarlgrim gone, Luna and Fairius continue their research. They discover a file on Victoria, who is a drow miner that lives in the city of Cortilia. She almost killed someone, but the authorities came in time, and she was hospitalized, and the person she almost killed was hospitalized. She was then essentially put in remedial classes while they tried to figure out how to deal with her. They tried gold, but it made her too sick. Medical examiners started to look at her, and this group of medical students said she's worth more to us if we can study her, so she's the subject of their study at this point. And that's sort of her form of house arrest and also her, quote, community service. So she's fulfilling a lot of roles and paying for her assaults at the same time. And she's been tested on in several ways, like they've tried to dominate person on her and asking her for the truth, and she said she was bit and she doesn't have a lot of control over her actions when she goes feral. Uses of remove curse have worked in the past, but the people who underwent the curse removal were not the same after. It essentially strips their will to exist afterwards. So it's like lobotomizing people. It's similar to that. So they don't want to do that. And basically, Fairius writes it in shorthand, and Luna has the record and reference number down, and she has the documents she needs for court. Next, I suggest that Luna try to contact the people she found information on, and she decides to go meet up with Ellie to discuss the next steps. Ellie, what do you do to pass the time?
Die outside about revenge. No kidding.
I turned into a dog, and I was just like kind of barking outside of like the outside of the library, and like probably at this time you probably would have seen me like find like a corner of like the library and try to find a place to relieve myself.
Oh my god.
Is that normal in like arcane elf culture that they just turn into animals and do that, or?
It is probably fairly common. I mean, it's probably considered like rude, but not totally unacceptable.
They're really upset, but they probably have certain facilities and places.
Sort of like picking your ear. Then
See this green Pomeranian just
oh yeah, so this little pug comes up to you. Are you alright? She looks concerned and wags her little tail.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I'm fine. Just books are stupid. Libraries are stupid.
She looks really confused,
Bark.
but she does nod with you. Oh, well, yeah, books are dumb. Yep, definitely.
Yeah, books are dumb.
But you seem to be fine, so she continues on her way.
Hi.
Then Did you get the books?
Yep.
Hooray! Sorry, I wasn't too much help.
It's okay. We found some information, and maybe some people we can bring to the trial if they're able to. We'll see.
Oh, were you able to find people that we can bring through those court cases?
Yeah, some of them are still alive.
Oh, perfect.
Back at the smithy, Vaughn and Ciara continue their little banter of ribbing each other and playfully flirting. Ciara is used to this sort of behavior and enjoys it, as it is a familiar experience. Ari gazes after Gaius, and Delphinia says that she can get the work done in a few days. Vaughn says he has to go and dips out. Ciara and Ari then decide to go looking for the other damsels. Along the way, Ari asks Ciara about herself.
Yeah, that would be great. I have a question for you.
Okay.
You were a soldier?
Aye.
How did you know you wanted to be a soldier?
That's what was expected of me.
Oh.
And she just says it like, yeah, that's just the thing. She's just like, I mean, you spend decades and erring on a century just knowing what you ought to do. But you know what I like?
What do you like?
I like flowers. Pretty
Fly?
little flowers.
Flowers?
Yeah, you probably don't understand her accent because it's a little bit, and she mumbles it too. So she's like, "Oh, pretty little things growing out of the ground, and they smell nice. And there's not really a whole lot of them. I mean, there are tallows, and they're very rare, and you gotta look for them in the Underdark, but or in the matriarchy. But they're much more. This place is festooning them, just everywhere.
We have a lot of night blooming flowers too.
And listen, spent a lot of my time knowing what I had to do and what I had to be. And where am I right now? She just sort of gestures to the Arcanic Empire.
Not where you were training to be?
Point is, I should be in the matriarchy fighting outside my own. But very selfish, I kind of want something more. But you have to look for what you want to find it. She sort of like loses steam because she gets a little embarrassed about it, so she's like, just find it. So here I am looking for it, so it's not bad that you are looking for it too. If that
So
makes
it's
sense.
okay that I don't know?
So long as you're trying to find out. At least that's how I think about it. I think. I think.
Keep that in mind. Thank you. And yes, I would like to go visit.
Right. Can't leave the girls for too long. I have this anxiety about it. Can't leave the girls alone too long. They might have too much fun without us. Her sitting there. Where are they? Are they okay? I had so many anxiety pangs. Why?
After that conversation, Oculus, Ciara's familiar, returns. He was flying about the castle and city checking out the surroundings. He returns with a collection of shiny baubles.
She recognizes some of the baubles as the beads or ornamentation on the hem of Ari's sleeve, as well as other bits and bobs that look relatively expensive. She scolds him, saying, "You can't be stealing for royalty while we're here." Oculus protests and says that they are shiny and he wants them, but I want them. After some digging, Ciara finds out that Oculus steals things from people he likes because it makes it feel like he still has a part of them with him when they're gone. He was sad when she abruptly left the matriarchy because he also had friends in her immediate platoon, Cormac, Dervla, and Kaylee among them. He says he wants to collect what he can in case they have to get up and move again quickly. He says he wants to collect what he can in case they have to get up and move out without notice again. Ciara, feeling guilty and also relating to this, as it is still an open wound for her, promises to shelve it for now. And then we start to go into Stars and Wishes.
Yeah. I liked Ellie's attempts to be stealthy and then failing epically, but then also I liked Ari, really wanted to see Gaius. And Ciara just being like, nope.
Oh, we have to do a thing, please.
Yeah.
Business then pleasure. Business then pleasure.
Yes.
I really liked, even though, I like the interactions with the Arcane Boys. I like our interactions with Fairius, and then your guys' interactions with Canaris, and especially just Ari, just like, oh, you're from the letters.
Poor thing's mortified. How much do you know? How much did she tell you? How much is free?
I'm just imagining just in Canaris' mind, just fire, and just like, I told him everything.
I liked the when Vaughn came in and had boy talk with the armor stuff. I also liked the way that Luna and I can't remember the other guy's name were both hiding, but not hiding.
Yeah.
Fairius, they're just like, really high.
Whatever.
Make yourself scarce. I liked all the little things. I liked I like that you've managed to make the library like the DMV. And how it just illustrates how
the hardest thing.
Yeah, I like how Ellie is very obviously trying to be helpful, but this is just school. And then Luna taking it serious enough that she's just having it the whole time, which is pretty great. Fairius is really fun. I like that yep. I like how through incident, accident, or just happenstance, it's just every time Ari talks with Ciara, she's just like, why is this familiar somehow? What are you? Why are we talking so candidly? I don't understand. It's it's not exact, but it's just paralleling slightly. That it's just well, I was just, supposed to do it. Oh, that didn't make because it's nice to see how their cultures just sort of are just so. They swear up and down they're super duper different, and yet it's just close. You don't realize. And of course, my poor boy Oculus missing home. And now he's making it a lot of problems because of it. Oh god. So I just want pieces of people. Yeah, it's like, Bennett fast last time. Oh god, we ran away from home. Please don't do this to me. But I think the library shenanigans is really great. I like that Luna was trying to be like, how about I ask him first?
I was just going to try to steal it.
We have a rogue. We can do this. How about we ask because we're in the library?
Yeah.
Luna realizes.
I liked that
I was-
librarian too.
Yeah. I like how Luna was, oh yeah, the turtle. Just imagine her little feet going swoop, swoop. And I'm like, oh, that's so cute.
It was so appropriate for me to get kicked out of the library because as soon as Gnarl Grim talked, I was fighting every urge. I was like, I just want to knock down a book. I just want to knock down.
I like how right now Luna has shown like, oh no, I was raised very properly and I'm doing the proper thing. Yeah, just being the classy dame here. She's like, oh, no. I was actually, I actually know how to be on my best behavior. That's how I'm the favorite.
Sometimes.
I love the fact that we're doing both poses and like Luna is like a natural 20 or a green 20.
Something like that.
Yeah, like you just like of course Luna is just obscenely like great at this.
Of course, it's very suited. This is great.
My favorite parts were I enjoy the talk between Ciara and Ari. It's been a while since we've had an Ellie alone. So it was fun to see that.
It's really cool that they're working on this together too, considering it's a point of contention. Spicy.
Okay. Okay. Alright. Bye, guys.
Also, shout out to Vaughn just showing up and being like the best bro. I like that Ciara is just sitting there like, oh, yeah, no, this is a little bit of taste of home with it. It's like, oh yeah. Well, if we're looking. Alright, this is what we're doing then. Alright, fine. I'm game. Which is good. She's used to playful with some people.
They said, yeah, it makes sense.
I am your comedic foil. What is that supposed to mean? And then, like, at some point, Vaughn's leaving and wait, come back. We were having so much fun. Smart ass. We were gonna move over to Ari, who wants her.
Gaius.
Yeah, so Gaius is in the stables. He's brushing one of the horses, brushing cover, and as you're coming in, he's just starting to put away the brush, and he was gonna start reading one of the books of some kind, and then he looks up and he's like, oh, hey.
Hey, I'm really sorry about my mom the other day and, Rashad and all of that. That was completely uncalled for on their part. And
yeah, he kind of like plays with the reins in his hands a little bit and then shrugs, going like, it's all right. I know it's not up to you what they do. Yeah. Just kind of an intense moment. I just didn't want to be caught in the middle of that. Just wanted to back out, so.
What are you reading right now?
Oh, the math book, actually. Real exciting. But it turns out you can use math to model things, which I haven't really thought about before. So you can use math to model out space between a window and something else. And so that's obviously useful to a carpenter or, I just haven't really thought about math in that way before, so that's been pretty interesting. And then, of course, there's just, balancing of accounts and how to balance books and things like that. Just been trying to broaden horizons for me. And not that I don't like working with horses, I just don't see a lot of growth here. So what brings you around?
Well, I was just helping my new friend Ciara get her armor, her new armor, and I saw you over here, so I thought I'd come and say hi.
Oh, hey.
I saw you riding the horses too.
Oh, yeah. Definitely was
Solely just right.
Graceful dismount.
Yeah, well, can't land every landing. So, I walked it off.
I've done that.
I got this, little bump on my head, too.
Are you okay?
Oh, it's fine. When you work with horses, you get some bruises. I've been kicked by horses before.
Sometimes they headbutt you on accident because they move their faces up super fast, and if you just happen to be they don't.
Tail slapped, the errant hoof. They're just big animals that can get spooked, and you can get caught in the crossfire.
Play with an 800-pound cat and see what happens.
Yeah. What are your plans for today?
I think we're meeting I'm meeting back up with my new friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're talking about something. I don't know. I'm still learning about them.
Oh, well. Seems like you like being around them.
Yeah, it's exciting. We're gonna get to go somewhere on a mission, and I've never been there, and I'm very much looking forward to it.
Wow, that's great. What place?
I'm not it seems really official. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say.
Okay, well, I don't want to. So how do you feel? I mean, you're going on the mission? That's pretty crazy.
I'm
what
excited.
Are you expecting?
Yeah.
Do you know what you're going?
I don't know. I'm excited about it. I haven't been excited about something like this in a long time. Except for that ball, which got me in trouble, but it got me here.
How was the ball? It was a Fey ball, right?
It was really intense. Well, I mean, I ended up in a fight.
Whoa.
But
you wound up in a fight? At a ball?
I just kind of fell out of the elevator and ended up in the middle of a fight, and that's how I met my friends.
He looks at you flabbergasted.
Balls can be dramatic.
I think I've been making friends the wrong way.
What kind of friends do I have?
I just meet my friends at, I don't know, a bar.
You like bread? I like bread.
Hey, I like bread. You like bread? Yeah.
Hey, you come to this place to get books often? Oh, cool. Me too. What books do you like reading?
Well, I ruined my dress, but That's okay.
Oh,
As
that's a shame.
long as Nara doesn't find out.
Probably already know.
Yeah, shit. I mean, can you ask her for a new one?
Well, yeah.
There you go.
I've got plenty of dresses. I mean, it was a really pretty one, but I've got plenty. I think she won't notice as long as she doesn't go snooping through my closets. I don't think she does.
That'd be kind of weird if she did.
Last season.
Could reuse this.
No, she has sketches of everything. She doesn't need to be in there.
Which dress was it?
It was the I've only ever worn it one other time. It was the blue one that has the sort of starry night sky look about it. It was really pretty.
Oh yeah, you. I think I saw you in it. There was yeah, you looked nice in it.
Thank you. She like turns like bright pink. like
Yeah, you wore it, and I thought the stars were nice, and you had like a You matched your brother too. He had a cape like your dress.
Yeah, I don't remember which official thing it was. There's tons of official things, but
I think it was a holiday ball.
oh, that would make sense. Yes, it could have been one of those.
Yeah, well, I mean, you never liked those balls particularly, so it's nice that you have these new friends that you can go on this exciting new mission on. I mean, if you can tell me, let me know.
Yeah, I'll see if I can tell if Art will let me tell you anything about it.
Great. Yeah.
I don't know. I'll just see if it's secret or not. I don't know if it's secret.
And the two of them continue to chat.
Up until Ciara's just like calls her usual Princess Ari. Just from a little far off, like, should probably go.
Well, I'll see you later, guys. Happy reading. And then she goes after Ciara.
Hi, this is Tiffany, your GM and editor. Thanks so much for watching the show. We update when my life allows it. Sorry, I can't be more specific than that. If you're looking for a more kid-friendly show, I will never go above a PG-13 rating. So please share, like, sub, tell your friends, and comment. Thanks again for watching, and we hope to hear from you soon.